What's up, spectators? Welcome back to an episode of Ace Attorney 6. Last time we were speaking with Politician, but it looks like we're done now. And we now know the location of Dats. He's being held in the detention center, so we're going there now. Hey! What's he doing under the desk? Foul cogs of the corrupt regime, I've nothing to say to you. Dats, it's me, Dirk. Oh! Dirk, you're a sight for sore eyes. I knew you'd come save me. Well, this is another fine mess you've gotten yourself into. My bad. At least the grub here is pretty good compared to that prison back home. You get 3 squares plus a place to sleep. Why don't you join me, Dirk? No thanks. They'd just send me back to Kurain, where I'd face immediate execution. Yeah, I guess that wouldn't be such a good idea. Looks like he's still the same too. Long time no see, Dats. Hey, you look kinda familiar. Apollo? Is it really you, my boy? A to the J, all grown up and whatnot, how have you been? Fine. And you, Dats? You look good, besides the incarceration and all. Those horns, AJ! Horns. They've grown up with you, just like a stag's antlers. I can't take it! You really haven't changed a bit. Anyway, there's something we needed to talk to you about. Sure, pull up a chair. I got all the time in the world. The Slammer's like my second home. It's really not so bad once you get used to it. He's rather laid back for someone in police custody. Dats, was what the doctor had really the Founder's Orb? Absolutely, positively. The doc was sure of it. Really? Because someone from the village is calling it the Crystal of Amy Faye. He also claims you were filling the doctor's head with lies. Lies? That ain't true. The doc said he was sure it was the real deal. All his fancy research confirmed it was the Founder's Orb. So then that politician character was lying. Imagine that, a politician who lies. I bet he wants the orb all to himself. I wonder who's telling the truth. Well, take a look at this. It proves the doc believed he had the Founder's Orb. Let me see that. I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons. If I will come to no harm. Signed, Dr. Archie Buff. See, I got it all down in writing. But Dats, why does it say, if I will come to no harm, at the end here? Sounds like he was scared of you. Dats, did you threaten the doctor in any way? No, you got it all wrong. It was the doc's friend. He told the old man us rebels were dangerous. It's his fault the doc thought I might hurt him. Sounds like the work of that politician. He's really made a mess of things. What have you done now, Dats? Nothing! I'm innocent, I tell ya. It all started when this dog-faced cop tried to question me. He looked so funny, I started laughing at him. That's when they came after me. But it was hilarious, I tell ya! I mean, a human police dog. How funny is that? Right. So what happened after that? They caught me hiding in a doghouse. Dang Pooch ratted me out. I guess that's what I get for laughing at one of his doggy comrades. Sounds like the dog's got the last laugh. Dats, Weren't you cleared of those jailbreak charges? And your capture by Lady Kira deemed unlawful? Yeah, but the cops here don't seem to like me anyway. What are the charges this time? Unauthorized entry or something like that. They think I'm an illegal alien. And I can't prove otherwise because I lost my passport. Is there any way they'd let you go? Not without my passport. If only I had it. Dirk, AJ, you gotta find my passport. Alright, we'll find it. One more thing to add to our to-do list. Now, where might Datz's passport be? Oh, about the orb's whereabouts. Maybe the doc's kid knows something. The doctor as a kid? Yeah, a bit of a shut-in, though. The poor thing's own bedroom has become like a self-imposed prison. A shut-in. Sounds like it'll be a challenge just to get a conversation going. Time for your questioning. Follow me. It must be lunchtime. Today's fried chicken, if I'm not mistaken. You'll get your lunch if you behave yourself. Dirk, AJ, I'll see you guys round. Our only lead now is Dr. Buff's kid. But luring a shut-in out is not going to be easy, I know. Well, why don't we go see if we can find him? Oh, it's you again. Looking for Mr. Wright? He was just here a second ago. He was? What was Daddy doing here? Good question. He said he was looking for something. Did he say anything else? Let me think. Something about how his ride never showed up at the airport? Yes, that was it. I guess Athena really did get lost. But what's Daddy doing all the way out here in the first place? He can't be looking for us since no one told him we'd be here. Well, if you're here to take another look around, be my guest. I have other work to do, so if you'll excuse me. Of course. Thanks, Emma. First and foremost, we'd better find Datz's passport. We should also have a word with Dr. Buff's child. Hey, is it just me, or is there something new in here? Oh, you mean that thing? Yeah, we should take a closer look at it too. Let's not forget about Datz's passport. It should be around here somewhere. What's this? A model helicopter? Looks like something you'd see in Metal Slug. Don't you know anything, Apollo? It's a drone! They're all the rage right now. I bet it belongs to the doctor's kid. We need to ask them about the orb's whereabouts. Yeah, but luring out a shut-in isn't going to be easy. Okay. I'm gonna scan the room and see if there's anything else new. Nope. But primarily, we gotta look inside here. That's a suitcase. Maybe his passport's in there. It's no good. It's locked tight. We should have asked him for the key. What are we going to do about Datz's passport? It's probably right there inside his suitcase, but we can't get it open. Why don't I take it over to Datz so he can unlock it? That way you guys can continue looking for the orb. Good thinking, Trucy. Okay, here I go! What the? This thing weighs a ton! Let me try. Jeez, how could a suitcase be so heavy? Is it filled with bricks or something? Knowing Datz, he probably packed his dumbbells in there. It's certainly much too heavy to lug all the way to the detention center. Here, let me take a crack at that lock. Are you gonna pick it? There you go. That was fast. A lock like that is child's play to me. Especially after the wrongly imprisoned compatriots I've busted out over the years. You've sure seen a lot of action for an ex-lawyer. And here we go. That's his passport. I'll take it over to him. Ugh. Thanks, Trucy. No problem. Now you guys enjoy some quality father-son treasure hunting time, okay? See you later! There she goes. I wish she wouldn't make such a big deal out of our little family situation. Father-son time, eh? Been ages since we've had a father-son talk. Yeah, well, over a decade. So, Apollo, how have you been? Oh, fine. I'm fine, I guess. What a lame answer. He always says that. Fine, you say. Well, fine's fine by me. Good to hear. Okay. Worst father-son talk. So, what do we talk about now? Get down! Hit the dirt, son! What the? Oof, I'm dead! Speak to me, son! Say something! That's smarts! You maggots! What do you think you're doing invading buff airspace? It'll be a scorching day in Siberia before you get past me, you yellow-bellied yahoos! Whoa, they can talk. What kind of drone is this? Oh. Drone nothing! That's Sergeant Buff to you, soldier. You got that, you lowly grunts? What the who now? Buff. Sounds like the doctor's son's behind the controls. He's controlling this thing? Apollo, let's play along for now. At least until we can get the information we need out of him. Got it. Sergeant Buff? Sergeant Buff, sir, you forgot to say sir! Ain't you never seen a war movie before? Oh, right. Let me try that again. Sergeant Buff, sir. Better. Much better. Now state your name, unit, and rank, soldier. General Apollo. Come on. I serve at the Right Anything Agency. And my rank is, fledgling lawyer? Affirmative, Private Justice. Private? Listen up, diaper baby. Your commanding officer's orders are absolute. Disobedience means a one-way trip to the firing squad. Do I make myself clear? Sir, yes, sir. Good, good. We might make a man out of you yet, Private. Now for you, Cyclops. Oh, you want my name, unit, and rank too. I'm Dirk Sadmati. I command the rebel group, the Defiant Dragons, and my rank is, leader. Excellent! Welcome aboard, Commander Dirk. Command Dirk. Wait a second, what's with that ridiculous mop you call a head? Soldier should be clean cut. Sorry, but this is my signature look. Fine, I'll get a haircut before we ship out. Listen up, you. It's kill or be killed out on that battlefield. No place for leave-in conditioners. All you've got is your life, and you're lucky to have that. He's oddly obsessed with field survival for someone who never goes outdoors. This is gonna be harder than I thought, son. Are you controlling that drone from your room, sir? Affirmative. but I can see everything you do from here, so... Tin hot soldier, wipe that stupid look off your face. I'm gonna whip you sheltered peaceniks into shape. With what? Your charming personality? Look, it's got a camera and speakers too. And that's not all, Commander. Commander. We will be watching. With these arms, I can cook and clean too. Speaking of which, Private Justice, you're on latrine duty. Step to it on the double. As if I don't see enough of the toilet back at the office. That thing's pretty handy. Us defiant dragons could use one of those. Ha ha ha! Yes, it is a fine piece of hardware, isn't it? I modified it especially for siege defense. You mean how you won't leave your room? Holding up in a stronghold to defend against an enemy is an age-old military tactic. A timeless strategy still applicable in modern warfare. I hope you're not trying to mock the wisdom of my forefathers. I meant no offense, it was just an observation. So the greenhorn who ain't even discharged a firearm's got something to say, does he? Sorry, it won't happen again, sir. Darn tootin'! Now state your intentions, soldier. We had an agreement with your father. He'd promised to hand over the Founder's Orb to us. What? Papa promised you that? He did, but he died before he could tell us where it's hidden. Now we have no idea where it is. Oh. Papa, why? Why'd you have to die? It was an unfortunate accident, and I'm sorry for your loss. If it helps at all, I know how you feel, Sergeant. You insignificant maggot! What would an unseasoned rookie like you know about how I feel? First I lost Mom, and now I've lost Dad. You lost your mother too? She's been gone for some time now. I'm all alone now. Sergeant Buff, would you tell us a little more about what happened to your mother? Mama passed away about 6 months ago. We were still living in our apartment in the city. Back then, I'd yet to engage my siege defense strategy. In other words, something caused him to withdraw from the world. It was arson. It happened so suddenly, and before we knew it, our apartment was a sea of flames. Mama and I were trapped inside. But help never came. So Mama cradled me in her arms, kicked out a window, and jumped. She was like a walking, talking Medal of Valor, my Mama was. She delivered me safely to terra firma with a perfectly executed PLF. It's a 5-point landing technique used by paratroopers to land safely on the ground. She sounds like a superhero or something. But from that height, she suffered massive injuries in order to protect me. She died so that I could live. I don't know what to say. And the person who started the fire, he was immediately apprehended. They say he was standing outside laughing while the building burned. At least justice was served. I hope that brought you some solace. I have lost both my parents now, You can't possibly know how I feel. Poor kid. It's hard losing both your parents at such a young age. You must really feel alone now. Apollo. I imagine you know what he's going through. The road to recovery begins by talking to someone who suffered the same hardship. I know you have something that shows you understand. Let's see what we can present. Probably this. What insubordination! Alright. So, let's see. Oh, there it is. I forgot I had this. Sergeant, sir, would you please take a look at this? What do we have here? It's a photo of my father. I wasn't even a year old when he died, in a fire. And like your mother, he died in an arsonist's blaze. But in his final moments, he managed to save his infant son. Private Justice, you've suffered a loss just like mine. I have, and that's why I know how you feel. But you still have your mother, don't you? No, I lost her too. She disappeared after the fire. I don't know if she's still alive or dead. Heck, I don't even know what she looks like. Sergeant Buff, his experience is very much like your own. If anyone can understand the sadness in your heart, it's him. I salute you, Comrade Justice. You're no longer a private in the Buff Army. Henceforth, you'll be a corporal. Congratulations on your promotion, Corporal Justice. I'm just glad that seemed to cheer him up a bit. Now, comrade, let's toast to your new stripes. And call me Sarge, don't be shy. We're a band of brothers now. Now's our chance, Corporal. Ask him about the Founder's Orb. Dirk's getting way too much of a kick out of this. Sarge, sir, do you have any idea where the orb might be? It was here in Papa's study until last night. But he said he was going to go hide it somewhere. He mentioned something about a shady character being after it. Where do you think he could have hidden it? Somewhere in the village, I'd guess. He said he found a suitable hiding place for it. So it was here last night. That is, until he went out to hide it somewhere in the village. The only question is where? Probably by a lake or some sort of body of water, considering he's got that raincoat, so maybe a waterfall? Maybe he left some clue here in his study. Let's search the place again. We should also find out more about Dr. Buff. It might steer us toward the hiding place. So, Sarge, what was your father like? Papa was as kind as Mama was courageous. His whole reason for moving to the countryside was for me. What do you mean? I initiated my siege defense strategy after Mama died. Papa was so worried about me, he moved us here to the countryside. He thought the fresh air, blue skies, and natural surroundings might alter my tactics. What a fine father. He even quit his position at the university to move here. He did. He did. He gave up his beloved research position just for me. A parent must be prepared to sacrifice everything for his child. That's what Papa said. Well, I'm feeling about 2 inches tall right about now. There's no one in the world I respected more than him. But that just makes his passing all the more devastating. Papa, may you continue your beloved research up there with the angels. Alright, let's go take a look at that raincoat. It's a raincoat. It's a bit wet and there's fresh mud on it. That must mean someone wore it recently. Indeed, maybe even as recently as last night. Sarge, did it rain here last night? Negative. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Then how did this raincoat get all muddy and wet? When I saw it last evening, it looked pretty clean and dry to me. That means it got like this later at night. Good eye, son. This may very well turn out to be a vital clue. This computer could provide some useful information. It's password protected. Dirk, you're... Okay, we already did this before. Leave it to me! A modern-day warrior must be well-versed in technology and have mean pride. After all, he who controls information controls the battlefield. And I'm in. Looks like modern-day warriors have mean keyboard skills too. Okay, let's see what we can find. What's this? An email? Now this is interesting. It's a research report to whoever asked the doctor to study the orb. I deciphered the patterns, but have yet to crack the riddle. The opaque crystal orb is the key. Dr. Buff, how's your research coming along? Here, I put the data on this. Take it and use it well, soldier. Sarge, sir, do you ever read these books? Why, of course! Soldiers must have extensive knowledge as well as fighting prowess. I'm learning all I can each and every day in preparation for the big battle. You know, for when I go back to school, I'll need to be up to date on every subject. Stuff like, you know, the latest comics and Hollywood gossip. Oh, I see. What about reading and writing and arithmetic? Well, I'm rooting for you, Sarge. Thanks, I'll try my best. What's this thing's problem? It's an oop-art, an out-of-place artifact. Papa wanted in an online auction. An online auction? Yes, he said it's an alien weapon that destroyed an entire ancient civilization. Where do I even start with an explanation like that? It's a shoe cubby. These shoes look like they belong to Sarge and his dad. These boots here are a little damp. And it looks like there's something inside this one. Maybe Dr. Buff wore them last night. They might lead us to where he hid the orb. Let's take a closer look. Boop, 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 boop. Nothing particularly interesting here. There's a question mark on the bottom of the boot. Papa had those custom made for his archaeological fieldwork. He had the soul of an adventurer. This boot had the soul of an adventurer too. Boo, 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 boo. We might get a better look inside if we undid these straps. Ba-dum-bum. What do you mean nothing interesting? It's right there! It looks like some kind of glowing moss. It could have come from wherever the doctor went last night. Must have gotten in with some of that mud. It might be worth looking into. If it'll help us pinpoint where the doctor hid the orb. Now, it's been about 30 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. So stay tuned for the next one, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!